And now for our pirate monkey. I've got a few parts going on here, as you can see. And we're going to do something different with the eyes. As you can see, I've got, instead of the one 5-inch round white, I've got a small white and the black, both going up to about 1 inch with the long tails left on them. I'm going to go ahead and tie the two of them together. And that will make his patch for his eye. You'll see that in a minute. Set those aside. I've got a black 260 uninflated. I've got a 5-inch round for the muzzle, of course, blown to about 3 inches. This is Mocha. And I've got Fashion Chocolate 160 blown up to about 12 or 14 inches. We're not even going to use all of that. I've got a Mocha 160, about a 3-inch tail uninflated on it. I've got a black 260 blown up to about 8 to 10, maybe 10 inches. I've got a Mocha 350 with about 6 inches uninflated on the end of it. That'll be his head, of course. I've got a white 360 with about 5 inches uninflated on it. And then a Fashion Royal Blue 360 with about 7 or 8 inches uninflated on it. Of course, I'll start with the head. And I'll fast forward through part of this up until I get to the eye so you can see what we're going to do different there. Okay, now I've got the basics of the head done, and then I've tied the black and the white 5-inch rounds together, and we'll do them just like we do regular eyes. Only now, because one is black and one is white, one will be the eye patch, and the other will not. And then again, we only need a neck for him. His body's going to have a shirt, so we're going to make about a 1-inch bubble there. Let the air out of the rest. And tie that off for his neck. And before we move on from the head, I have the uninflated black 260 here. And what I'm going to do with it is a little trick. I want to flatten it out. So you grab the nipple end, and then you take your thumb and index finger, and you pull it through towards the nozzle, so you're forcing the air, and you can see how that makes that stay flat. Once you get to the nozzle end, hold it tight so no air gets back into it, and tie that end off. And now that you can see how that makes it nice and flat, this is going to be the strap that's going to hold his eye patch on. So we're going to take one end of it and tuck it up in around by his eyes. I'm going to wrap it around to make sure it's going to stay in there nicely. And then you're going to take and run it up over his head at an angle going away from the eye patch. And then come back down around the other side up in underneath his head. Tuck it in and wrap it around a couple times. And then any excess you can trim off. And now you can see we've created, with the black round and the strap, his eye patch. So we're going to set his head aside for a moment. We're going to take the blue 360. We're going to make his pants, and I've chosen the 360 because it's going to make them bigger, like the big blousey pants that you would see them wearing. Make about a 3 to 4 inch bubble. And then you're going to make a pinch twist. Another pinch twist. And then another bubble the same size as our first one here. Just like that. And then release the air out of the end of that. Tie it off. And now his pants are done. Now we're going to take our black 260 and make a boot. So we're going to take and make 2 pinch twists at the end, just like that. And then got the high top boot, so make it a little bit longer. Make it about a 4-inch bubble. And then make a pinch twist for the heel, a fold twist for the boot. And then remove the excess. Secure that in. So you got a boot, and then we're going to attach that to one end of his pants leg, one of his pants. And of course, you'll notice I only made one boot. The reason for that is that on the other leg, you're going to have a peg leg. So we're going to take our chocolate 160. On the end of it, we're going to make 3 pinch twists. You'll find that by putting 3 instead of 2, because this is so much smaller than the 360, it'll stabilize it and hold it in place a little better. So you're going to want to measure this so it's the same length as his boot on the other side, so it'll stand up properly. And then set the air out the end of that, tie it off, and trim that, and of course attach that to the other pant leg. And now your pirate has a peg leg and a boot. So we're going to set that aside for the moment. And now we're going to grab the white 360. I know this is a little more difficult to see against this white background. And we're going to make a shirt. Shuttle me in. We're making 2 very small, well, it is small in relation to the 360, pinch twist. Like that. And then we're going to make about a 5-inch bubble and make 2 more small pinch twists. These will be his collar. I'm going to make about a 4-inch bubble, slightly shorter. This is his sleeve. This will be his upper body, so make that slightly shorter than his sleeve. And then grab the bottom half of your pirate, and you're going to twist this into the 2 pinch twists at the top of his waist. Now we're going to take and make another bubble about the same size and come back up to the 2 pinch twists on top. And then you just want to make another arm, so you need another bubble the same size it is here, and your 2 pinch twists out on the end. So make your long bubble first, and your 2 small pinch twists. And of course removing the excess. Making sure you don't let the air out of it before you tie it. Very good. Now you've got the body of your pirate. So we're going to go ahead and add our head. Really good. Now we've got a head, and now we need to just make his 2 hands, and of course, and his tail. And they're all going to come out of our remaining Mocha 160 that we have. What we're going to do is you're going to make a thumb, but instead of doing the 2 pinch twists, we're going to integrate this into a sleeve. There's your 2 pinch twists that you would normally make after this for the little hand. So twist that into the sleeve, and then make, there's your thumb, then make your 2 finger bubbles, and again twist those into the sleeve to secure them. Naturally you'll want to make sure the thumb is up on top. See, and now with the big blousey 360 gives them those big blousey sleeves. Now we need to make another hand and a tail, so you're going to want to remove this, but keep it inflated because we'll use more of it. So, tie that off and trim that in a little bit. And we're going to do the same process on the other arm to make his other hand. So make your thumb, twist that into the 2 pinch twists, and then make your 2 fingers. And then twist back into the 3-pinch twist again, just like before. And of course we need a tail. So again, we're going to remove this, but keep it inflated. And then if you're not quite at the end of your balloon before you tie it, what I'm going to do is squeeze the air down to the end, and then figure out about how long you want your tail to be. And then pinch it off there and release the air from the other end. Tie it. And then I'm going to go ahead and shape it again before I attach it. So curl it, and I want it to stick out to the side, so I'm going to shape that to the side there so that I get that effect. And then just twist the end of this into the back of your pirate. And see, by making his tail come out and turn to the side, now it'll stick out to the side. So when he stands up from the front, you can see him. Get him all nice and straight. Make sure he's facing the right way. I'm going to give his arm just a little bit of shape there. And of course, if you wanted, instead of 2 hands, you could even put a hook on one end as well. And there is your pirate. Go stand up. There he goes.